Saudi Arabia. The name conjures images of vast deserts, shimmering skyscrapers, and unimaginable oil wealth. It's the birthplace of Islam, home to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. The kingdom leverages these powerful symbols to craft a narrative of religious piety and economic prowess. Saudi Arabia wants the world to see a modern, dynamic nation, a leader in the Arab world. Saudi Arabia has embarked on a public relations blitz. It sponsors global events, invests heavily in international media, and attracts celebrities and influencers. The message is clear. Saudi Arabia is open for business, a land of opportunity, but this carefully curated image masks a darker reality. Scratch beneath the surface, and you'll find a kingdom grappling with human rights abuses, social injustice, and political repression. Saudi Arabia's human rights record is abysmal. Despite its attempts to present a modern and progressive image to the world, the reality on the ground is starkly different. The government silences dissent with an iron fist. Arbitrary detentions are commonplace, and the security forces operate with near-total impunity. Activists, journalists, and critics of the regime vanish into a shadowy network of prisons. These facilities are notorious for their harsh conditions and lack of transparency. Their crimes? Daring to speak truth to power. Even peaceful protests and social media posts can lead to severe punishment. Take the case of Manahel Al-Otaibi, a women's rights activist. Her advocacy for basic freedoms and equality for women in Saudi Arabia made her a target. She dared to advocate for basic freedoms for women in Saudi Arabia. Her efforts were met with severe repression. Her reward? 11 years in prison. Her current whereabouts? Unknown. The authorities have refused to provide any information about her condition or location. She disappeared in December 2024 after previous stints in detention where she was tortured. Her case is emblematic of the broader crackdown on dissent. This is not an isolated incident. Many others face similar fates, languishing in prisons for the simple act of expressing their opinions. Scores of others languish in Saudi prisons for the crime of expressing their opinions. The conditions they endure are often inhumane, with reports of torture and ill treatment. Their stories expose the lie of Saudi Arabia's reform narrative. The government's claims of progress and modernization are contradicted by its actions. The kingdom may try to whitewash its abuses, but the world must not be fooled. International pressure and awareness are crucial in holding Saudi Arabia accountable for its human rights violations. Saudi Arabia touts its progress on women's rights, showcasing a series of reforms that have garnered international attention. It's true, women can now drive, a milestone that was celebrated worldwide.